A Child's Garden of Verse by Robert Louis Stevenson, illustrated by Myrtle Sheldon. Bed in summer. In winter I get up at night and dress by yellow candlelight. In summer quite the other way, I have to go to bed by day. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. And does it not seem hard to you, when all the sky is clear and blue, and I should like so much to play, to have to go to bed by day? Young Night Thought. All night long and every night, when Mama puts out the light, I see the people marching by as plain as day before my eye. Armies and emperors and kings, all carrying different kinds of things, and marching in so grand a way you never saw the like by day. So fine a show was never seen at the great circus on the green, for every kind of beast and man is marching in that caravan. At first they move a little slow, but still the faster on they go, and still beside them close I keep, until we reach the town of sleep. Pirate Story. 3 of us afloat in the meadow by the swing, 3 of us aboard in the basket on the lee. Winds are in the air, they are blowing in the spring, and waves are on the meadow like the waves there are at sea. Where shall we adventure, today that we're afloat, weary of the weather and steering by a star? Shall it be to Africa, a steering of the boat, to Providence, or Babylon, or off to Malabar? Hi! But there's a squadron a-rowing on the sea, cattle on the meadow, a-charging with a roar. Quick, and we'll escape them, they're as mad as they can be. The wicket is the harbor, and the garden is the shore. Farewell to the farm. The coach is at the door at last. The eager children mounting fast, and kissing hands in chorus sing, "Goodbye, goodbye to everything." To house and garden, field and lawn, the meadow gates we swung upon, to pump and stable, tree and swing, "Goodbye, goodbye to everything." And fare you well forevermore, O ladder at the hayloft door, O hayloft where the cobwebs cling, "Goodbye, goodbye to everything." Crack goes the whip, and off we go. The trees and houses smaller grow. Last round the woody turn we swing. Goodbye, goodbye to everything. The Land of Counterpane. When I was sick and lay abed, I had 2 pillows at my head, and all my toys beside me lay, to keep me happy all the day. And sometimes, for an hour or so, I watched my leaden soldiers go, with different uniforms and drills, among the bedclothes through the hills, and sometimes sent my ships in fleets, all up and down among the sheets, or brought my trees and houses out, and planted cities all about. I was the giant, great and still, that sits upon the pillow hill, and sees before him, dale and plain, the pleasant land of Counterpane. Fairy bread. Come up here, O dusty feet. Here is fairy bread to eat. Here in my retiring room, children, you may dine on the golden smell of broom and the shade of pine. And when you have eaten well, fairy stories hear and tell. Escape at bedtime. The lights from the parlor and kitchen shone out, through the blinds and the windows and bars, and high overhead and all moving about, there were thousands of millions of stars. There ne'er were such thousands of leaves on a tree, nor of people in church or the park, as the crowds of stars that looked down upon me, and that glittered and winked in the dark. The dog and the plow and the hunter and all, and the star of the sailor and Mars, these shone in the sky, and a pail by the wall would be half full of water and stars. They saw me at last, and they chased me with cries, and they soon had me packed into bed. But the glory kept shining and bright in my eyes, and the stars going round in my head. Whenever Auntie moves around, her dresses make a curious sound. They trail behind her up the floor and trundle after through the door. A good play. We built a ship upon the stairs, all made of the back bedroom chairs, and filled it full of sofa pillows to go a-sailing on the billows. We took a saw and several nails, and water in the nursery pails, and Tom said, "Let us also take an apple and a slice of cake," which was enough for Tom and me to go a-sailing on till tea. We sailed along for days and days, and had the very best of plays. But Tom fell out and hurt his knee, so there was no one left but me. My shadow. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me, from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play, and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he's a coward, you can see. I'd think shame to stick to nurse as that shadow sticks to me. One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy-head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. Marching Song. Bring the comb and play upon it. Marching, here we come. Willie cocks his Highland bonnet. Johnny beats the drum. Mary Jane commands the party. Peter leads the rear. Feet in time, alert and hearty, each a grenadier. All in the most martial manner, marching double quick, while the napkin like a banner waves upon the stick. Here's enough of fame and pillage, great Commander Jane. Now that we've been round the village, let's go home again. Where go the boats? Dark brown is the river, golden is the sand. It flows along forever, with trees on either hand. Green leaves a-floating, castles of the foam, boats of mine a-boating, where will all come home? On goes the river, and out past the mill, away down the valley, away down the hill, away down the river, 100 miles or more. Other little children shall bring my boats ashore. The wind. I saw you toss the kites on high, and blow the birds about the sky, and all around I heard you pass, like ladies' skirts across the grass. O wind a-blowing all day long, O wind that sings so loud a song. I saw the different things you did, but always you yourself you hid. I felt you push, I heard you call, I could not see yourself at all. O wind a-blowing all day long, O wind that sings so loud a song. O you that are so strong and cold, O blower, are you young or old? Are you a beast of field and tree, or just a stronger child than me? O wind a-blowing all day long, O wind that sings so loud a song. The hayloft. Through all the pleasant meadow side, the grass grew shoulder high, till the shining scythes went far and wide, and cut it down to dry. These green and sweetly smelling crops, they led in wagons home, and they piled them here on mountain tops, for mountaineers to roam. Here is Mount Clear, Mount Rusty Nail, Mount Eagle, and Mount High. The mice that in these mountains dwell, no happier than I. Oh, what a joy to clamber there! Oh, what a place for play, with the sweet, the dim, the dusty air, the happy hills of hay.